Welcome back. Last week, the Chinese American Truckers Association filed a lawsuit against the FMCSA over California's non-domiciled CDL enforcement. Since late September, thousands of California commercial drivers have been stuck in a licensing limbo. Now, these drivers aren't accused of fraud or any safety concerns or violations. Many have valid documentation, lawful presence, work authorization, but they still can't legally work. Now, the lawsuit was filed on January 7th in the U.S. District Court in the Central District of California. Now, the lawsuit names the FMCSA, its administrator, Derek Bars, along with the California DMV director, Steve Gordon. The core of their claim is simple. Federal enforcement, alongside with how California implemented it, created an indefinite freeze that's blocking otherwise qualified drivers from renewing, replacing, or extending their CDLs. Now, how did this all happen? Well, this traces all the way back to September 26, 2025, when the FMCSA ordered California to pause all processing of non-domiciled CDL drivers and CLPs following its annual review. California was given 30 days to respond with the expectation that normal processing would resume on an agreed timeline. Nearly 4 months later, that pause is still in place with no clear end date. In November, the FMCSA issued a conditional determination warning that any licensing after the pause could be considered noncompliance. And that escalation came with the threat of withholding any federal safety funds, which, if you didn't see one of our last videos, we'll put it here or at the end screen, because California did happen to lose $160 million in federal safety funding, but it could also potentially decertify California's entire CDL program, which would throw all of its drivers into peril and into flux, which would be absolutely disastrous. Now, according to the lawsuit, the DMV went even further than they were required. Drivers with expiring non-domiciled CDLs cannot renew, replace, or extend their licenses, even with a valid work authorization. That created what the lawsuit calls a rolling cliff expiration. And the DMV in California also issued mass cancellation notices tied to date mismatches that were honestly created by their own system problems years ago. So what is the association asking for with this lawsuit? The association is not trying to end federal oversight or even restart mass issuance of non-domiciled CDLs. What they're asking for is what they're calling a safe lane that allows for individualized renewals, replacements, and extensions for qualified drivers while California continues to fix its systems. Safety, training, and testing standards would remain completely unchanged. The lawsuit argues the FMCSA exceeded its authority by pushing an overly broad pause, and that the DMV's blanket refusals violate due process by denying drivers notice and a meaningful chance to be heard. At the end of the day, the FMCSA says this is about safety, and oversight obviously matters, but the drivers caught in the middle obviously didn't design the system. They're just taking a part of it. And they followed the rules as they existed, and now they face their entire livelihoods being uprooted because of their failures of California and the FMCSA as a whole that they didn't create. Now, that question will be determined by a federal court. What do you guys think down in the comments? Is this, what do you think of the lawsuit? Do you think it's a good lawsuit, a bad lawsuit? What do you guys think overall? If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps reach other freight individuals just like yourself who may be wanting to stay up on the news. And we'll catch you guys in the next video. Don't forget to think freight.